All right, you guys, what is going on? So, I decided I would do a stream about this because I thought this was an interesting subject for absolutely. I think this hate that Angel Reese receives is absurd. I just think people overly criticize her, but then um, she needs a publicist because she don't know how to talk her way out of things, and she don't know how to put a spin on everything because she just said some stuff that just has you like, what? Now, basically, if you don't know what's going on, Angel Reese, there's some controversy, and some people felt that Clarissa Shields was hating on Angel Reese. At the end of the day, Clarissa Shields, she can say what she want to say. That's her right. She can, she can post whatever she posts. Do I think it might have been in bad taste? Yeah. So, do it comes across as hating? Kinda, but does she have a point? Now, in case you guys don't know, BET, I guess, Gabe, which BET is so out of touch. I'm just gonna tell y'all the truth, and I'm just gonna completely have to expose or just shed some light on BET. Y'all do know BET ain't black owned no more, right? You know BET has been black owned since like 99, 2000 when Bob Johnson sold it to Viacom slash Paramount slash whatever it's called, Um, and I know they tried to act like they was trying to sell BET, but basically you know, um, they kept like basically pivoting the price. 1 minute it was like 900 million, then it went to a billion, then it went to like two. So they kept like playing games, and there was a few people that was interested in buying it, but it felt like they weren't really trying to sell it. You know, they basically said, oh, we didn't, people didn't put they bids in time and all that kind of stuff. I know Tyler Perry was interested in buying BET, but I ain't even gonna lie. Um, I'm usually for black ownership, but I'm just not a Tyler Perry guy because I don't like what he be doing, and I feel like Tyler Perry is part of the problem. What he does is sometimes what he'll do is bring some brother or some sister you in a while out the woodworks to basically look like like he taking care of the community, but basically is to disguise his cover and what he really does, for the type of you know material that he puts out. That's just real talk. But Clarissa, she wasn't feeling the fact that Angel Reese won a BET Sportswoman of the Year award. Clarissa Shields does have a legit argument because I could think of two people that they could have gave it to over Angel Reese. I'm thinking of, yeah, of course, well, maybe three. I'm thinking of Simone Biles. I'm thinking, yeah, and I'm also thinking Asia Wilson. Asia Wilson was league MVP, and she's like a three-time champion. So, maybe the Asia Wilson with Angel Reese is, like I said, a lot of dudes just don't like when it's justified because she didn't try to sneak this black man on social media before, even though her biggest, apologists and biggest defenders have been black men. And then allegedly she made this absurd and total disrespect full comment towards, Allen Iverson saying that Brittany Griner could beat Allen Iverson in the game of 101. Brittany, but listen, I'm keeping it 100. That bull dagger couldn't see Allen Iverson on his best or worst day. Her best day couldn't even measure up to Allen Iverson on his worst day. Allen Iverson probably could beat her in a game of 101 right now at age, and Allen Iverson just turned 50. So allegedly she supposedly tweeted that, or somebody tweeted it, and she, gave it a like. I'm gonna tell you right now, you don't want to be on no feminist stuff because I'm gonna tell you that feminist stuff is starting to backfire because a lot of people are just getting tired of this feminist stuff. And Clarissa Shields at one time, I'm glad Clarissa Shields then backed off the feminist stuff. It's okay to be ambassador for, empower. You start like putting down men and stuff. Like Clarissa Shields got to the point to where she was constantly like sneak dissing men and stuff, and particularly black men, when she was saying she could beat Keith Thurman in a fight, and Keith Thurman and a few other people. And I was like, Clarissa, stop it. So it got to the point to where, I don't know, maybe somebody spoke to Clarissa Shields, but Clarissa Shields said a few things that rubbed me the wrong way. Now, I've interviewed Clarissa Shields. I've recently interviewed Clarissa Shields a few times. I actually like Clarissa Shields. One thing I will say about Clarissa Shields, she does give you access to her. She will give you an interview. That's one thing I like about her. She's very, she's very friendly to the media, even if she like you or not. So, she will give you access. So that's what I like about her. She's always giving me an interview whenever I've asked her for an interview. But y'all know me, I do rapid fire. So, at the end of the day, that got to count for something. So, even though she said stuff that I didn't like and I wasn't feeling, I understand where she's coming from. And I just gotta tell the truth. I just gotta tell the truth. You know, Angel Reese right now, she just always put her foot in her mouth. And like I said before, her basically okaying, saying that Brittany Griner could beat, or whatever her name is, could beat Allen Iverson. Like I said before, stop it. Stop it. Like I said, her best version of herself couldn't do nothing with Allen Iverson's worst version of himself. Um, if Allen Iverson was basically putting moves on Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan, two of the greatest players that ever played the game, that's in mostly everybody's top 10 list. Most people have Michael Jordan as the GOAT. Most people have Kobe Bryant in their top 5, top 10 that ever played the game. So for her to even suggest that, just sounded absurd. Okay. And I thought that was very disrespectful to Allen Iverson. But Allen Iverson, the type of dude, he ain't gonna respond to that. And you know what's so disrespectful about that? Allen Iverson, is sort of her, she works for Allen Iverson to a certain degree. Allen Iverson paying her money to wear Reeboks. Allen Iverson and Shaquille O'Neal gave her signature shoe, gave her a shoe deal. And she gonna sit up there and try to disrespect the dude that's like put money in her pocket? Hella out of pocket. So I'm just the type of dude that'll just, you know what I'm saying? I just gotta call BS when I see it. And at the same time, you know, at the same time, people got a right to people got a right to say what they want to say, and people don't have to necessarily agree with them, and people have a right to respond. Listen, like I said before, eh, should Carissa Shields had like overlooked that? Maybe. But do she got a point? She do got a valid point. I'm just saying, she do got a valid point. Like I said before, it didn't. I think she might have been okay if it would have been it might have been okay with her had it been Simone Biles or Asia Wilson, because like I said, Asia Wilson was the league MVP. I just think due to the fact that Angel Reese hasn't done anything on a professional level, I think that's probably why I think Clarissa Shields said something. But I'm not finna like tear down Clarissa Shields because she just gave her opinion. You know, some people thought it was in bad taste. Some people thought she was throwing shade at her. But I mean, to a certain degree, she was telling the truth. You know, she did have a legitimate argument. Now the question is, was it the right time or place? But then I have to just say something about BET. This is just the truth. BET, you got to take BET with a grain of salt, because at the end of the day, I'm gonna say this again: BET isn't black owned anymore. It hasn't been black owned since like 99, 2000. Have you seen some of the stuff that be on BET, or even worse, BET Plus? Have you seen some of those movies? Some of those anti-black man movies that they put out? And then it's kind of funny, you can you can look at the movie, you can get info on the movie, like the cast, the director. It's supposed to be called BET Plus, Black Entertainment Television Plus. But if you look at some of these movies, these anti-black man movies, the directors be white. Further pushing the agenda against black men. See, I'm just too real. I just keep it 100. A lot of people don't like the fact that I keep it 100. So that's why BET giving an award to Angel Reese, that might be the reason why they gave the award to Angel Reese, because Angel Reese then on a couple of occasions she didn't try to sneak this black man. Just like she thumbed, that she gave a like to that video, or thumbs up, whatever you want to call it, to that old busted up ass, dusty ass chick that was talking about, oh, I'm done with black men and all that kind of stuff. Like, like, trust me. Just listen to her talk. It wasn't going to be no loss. You can go over there. I don't know why black women be making these announcements, threatening to date white men, or they gonna date white men. I'm just gonna say it to where you can understand some of y'all. This isn't aimed at all y'all black women, but some of y'all, we don't give a fuck. Okay? We don't. We're not gonna lose sleep. We're not sitting up crying. We're not boo-hooing, because some of y'all, we wish y'all would go to that. Yeah, we wish y'all would take y'all asses to that community and go destroy their communities like you did some of ours. So please go. Like I said, I may start a GoFundMe and charter y'all a bus or something, and drop y'all off in the suburbs. So stop it. Stop it. I just got to say that just be getting on my nerve. That be just getting on my nerve. I don't be trying to hear that crap. But nevertheless, I just wanted to speak on that right quick. So appreciate you guys being here. This is your boy Town. I'm out.